bricks and clacks, building blocks, let's begin. Stacks on stacks, with beards we always win. In a world of plastic, our minds spin. Brick by brick, where do we dive in? Brickin' with the beard, we never stop. Talking pieces, colors going over the top. Custom sets, landscapes, got a shop. Tunes drop, make the hobby pop. From vintage sets to modern themes, minifig dreams with studs and seams. Castle walls, spaceship beams. Listen close, hear the gear screams. Connecting fans, yo, that's the plan. Building bonds piece by piece, man. Every episode more than just sand. Confidence grand, bricks in hand. Crazy mashups, ideas flow. Breaking molds, watch them grow.
What is going on? What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday night. This Wednesday, we have somebody that I don't think has ever been in front of a YouTube camera before, and that is down here, Mr. Matt McDivitt, Mr. Matt himself. By far, probably one of the oddest people I've ever met in the like not oddest, but like the oddest way.
That's rude.
I was gonna say
Matt's one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet.
Completion of that story.
Yeah, but he can't. So I don't even know if you know this, George. I was showing at a show in South Carolina, and it was pretty slow and pretty lame. And I just like walked away from the mock. I was like, screw it. They can fucking ask their own questions. I go a couple, I'm going to say feet away. About an hour later, I still have yet to come over there near the mock. And I see Matt standing beside the mock. And I'm like, he's just standing there. And I was like, well, maybe he's like waiting for me. So I go over there and he like introduces himself and how he knows me. And I was like, oh, well, that makes sense.
You and I had very different meetings of Matt. Well, I met Matt and then some other things we can't talk about. But man, what is Luke's dad's name? Or is it Luke, the kid that wouldn't join the Navy?
Yeah, I can't remember his father's name.
Yeah, I think that's how I first got introduced to you guys. Or maybe
I thought it was through Josh and
maybe it was Dave and Josh.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a large group of people.
Yeah, well, we were all together that year.
But man, it's been 3 years ago now, I imagine. So 4.
Yep. 4.
Damn, time flies when you have fun.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I met George because I asked some people in the chat who they would like me to have on the stream as a guest. And one of them was like, hey, you should get George Hicks. And I'm like, I have no idea who that is. And they were like, message him. He might be interested in coming on.
Yeah,
and now
here we are 22 shows later.
Now I've got him trying to sneak and fly halfway across the country to see me.
I was coming to see Gene. You just happened to be there.
Well,
yeah.
It's gonna happen, Gene. We're gonna get together one of these days.
I hope so.
Well, Gene does go out that way broncoing quite often.
That is true.
More often than you come over here.
That is true.
We do have some people already in the chat. Mr. Cascadia Bricks says, howdy. Rob Cooka Claxton says, what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone is having a great Wednesday and a week so far. Porter66 says, what is up, Gene? DRC, Mr. Colton says, hey, all, how are we doing? We got Cajun AFOL in the house. Haley. Andrew says, Brick Universe Kalamazoo was eventful. You'll have to explain that one.
It looked like a lot of good mocks there.
Tori Kraus said, nice intro. Coolhan Luke says, what is up, people? And YOLO_X says, it's George.
Is that a good eye or a bad eye?
I don't know. It is you.
It's Godzilla.
I don't know about that. I've seen you in person. I don't know. You don't really compare to Godzilla, but it is another not Tuesday, dang, Wednesday.
Man, don't be shortening my week or making my week longer. I want to get out of here.
George, I'm on last. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's my Friday, 1:00. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, and then my Monday is next Tuesday.
Am I the only one that has a normal job where like my Monday is my Monday and my Friday is my Friday?
I have my phone on me 24/7, so it could be really whatever day I want it to be at any time. So
Yeah, that's basically how it is with me too.
Mighty Bricks says, "What is up, guys?" YOLO says, "I can't wait to get my brick starter tile from the Arleigh Burke."
sweet,
So
I appreciate it.
He got one too.
Which level did you get?
When,
Dad got
are
his.
these- Do what?
Dad got his Friday or Saturday, I think.
I was gonna say I got 4 of them sitting right there.
He just bought the torpedo tube one,
Oh,
and I had to explain to him the kit number on the side of the box and how many kits were in each run. He got number 1. He's all excited. They only made 7 of that one, so he was even more excited. So I had to sign the box.
you want to take a guess out of the 4 that I got? What numbers they are and what number had mine in it?
Give me 2 seconds. Let me go back and look at the picture you sent me.
I was hoping I would get number 3.
Ah, yeah.
If
didn't
I
have-
had number 3, either whether it was my box or not, they were all getting swapped to that one was mine. But ironically enough, I don't know that it really like matters that much, but I am a Michael Jordan fan, and I got number 23. I don't really know too many other people in the. I guess that 23 is a big number, but I got 22, 23, 24, and 35.
That's a stretch. But you did order that one late, or
Mighty Brick says, "How's that World War II French build coming?" I have not even started it yet, except for digitally. I told y'all I got to get everything cleaned up first, and I'm not done getting it cleaned up. Andrew said there were a lot of people who came on Saturday and Sunday for a first-time show. Is that where? So I've been seeing all the shorts through Beyond the Brick. Is that like where the jacket was, and the massive like pirate thing? All that was down there in Kalamazoo.
was that Kalamazoo or Brick Slopes?
It might have been Brick Slopes. Cascadia said he got number 27. GRH says that guy in the red hat looks a lot like my son, Spare Parts. I don't know what that means.
That's my pops.
I figured.
Yeah.
Is your nickname Spare Parts?
Yes. Long story. Not really.
We got time.
It's pretty
We got
I
time.
was going to say, we got 2 hours. So.
Dad and I used to work together after he retired from the Air Force in a factory, and he told all his assembly line buddies that kids are only good for 2 reasons: tax write-offs and spare parts. So they started calling me Spare Parts. Kind
That
of.
wasn't that
That's
long
all.
of a story. You made it seem like we were going to be here a while.
Nope.
What are your short stories like?
I know.
Gotta go.
And then what? Well, and then. But Matt, how's everything going? You want to talk about what you've? I guess you're not done with it. You're extending it, right?
The Gettysburg?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually packed it up when I was at Brick Fair to redo some of the stuff, but it is expanding quite a bit. So
For everyone that does not know, and for everyone that went to Brick Fair this year at Virginia, his build was actually in the Brickmania store. He done the Gettysburg. He had 2 other builds that were in the Brick Fair lobby. One was a train, and I don't know what you called the train. It's because that's like a real thing, right?
what's that?
The train was real, right?
It was the tram you talking about? Oh, no, you're talking about the engine
Yeah.
that Eric Snyder and his son Jake built. Yeah. That's an actual Union Pacific locomotive that was dedicated to the military. And then Slam at Brickmania did a one-off print job that was amazing. And now I have it down with all my stuff in a very special place.
That was fun auctioning off. So
Yeah.
it was hard going back and forth between you and Dan there for a while. I didn't know who was what.
Well, I didn't either until the end there.
We got video proof you were the winner.
But just so you know, the locomotive, it's dedicated. It's called the Spirit of the Union Pacific, which was the name of a bomber in World War II that was built by war bonds built from the Union Pacific employees. And then the front end part of the engine is dedicated to the Army, Air Force, and Air Force. Then it's got the Coast Guard stripe. Then a battleship gray for the Navy with the American flag on each of the sides. And then full camouflage on the back end for the Army and the Marine Corps. And then in the very front or the back end of the train, they have the POW MIA symbol. So, and Eric's, he sees it while he's working because he works for the Union Pacific. So he sees it quite a bit.
Gene, is this something you knew about with your love of trains?
Yep.
Say, I knew nothing about it until I was shown pictures of it. And then I didn't realize that when Matt had it there, that was the one that I was seeing pictures of. But if I'm not mistaken, Slam showed that night that he came on.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you did.
I think that Slam had the printing on. I don't think that they were on the train, but I think he had the printing on the show.
He might have.
Yeah, he misprinted one of the American flags. He said he misprinted it, so I took them, put them in a little frame. They look perfectly fine to me. So, but I don't have the rest of the locomotive.
You could have if you would have just bid on it.
It's hard to bid when you're the auctioneer.
No, you don't hear anybody else's auction. What are you talking about? You're at the auction. Nobody else bids. You win.
It's like jacking up the price and saying, "Oh, you're the winner." I couldn't do that to myself.
It's
You'd be saying, "Oh, I'm the winner." That's what you'd be saying.
Matt's in the front going $50. George is like, yeah, 25's all here. Haley said anybody wants to come to the house and help sort is more than welcome.
What day?
I don't know. This Saturday, I think we're going to go to the Bricks and Minifigs in Raleigh for the lug meeting.
On a holiday weekend?
What else is there to do?
Anything else but go to a Lego meeting? I'm going to be floating down a river drinking beer.
I will not. I will more than likely be at a Lego meeting.
I will more than likely be entering minifigure parts into inventory.
Andrew said, no, that was Brick Slopes. Mighty Brick says, how many Brickmania kits does Matt have? I can at least, what is that, 15?
Oh, yeah, I've got quite a few back right behind me.
Hey, I recognize one of them.
Oh, that. Talking about this bad boy?
Yep.
Yeah. This is actually from the first time I went to World War Brick and did the talk.
Yep.
You autographed this bad boy. It's one of the first ones that were produced.
If it's autographed, just throw it away.
The box is autographed, not the kit or not the set. Calm down. I think that was kit number 1.
Yeah.
I told him to.
George, when you autographed it, did you misspell Dan?
But no, I've got probably a good 50 kits. Now, minifigs, I got a lot more of those, and George knows that too.
Whew. Yeah, I see that on the production schedule. It's like, damn, Matt, how many more you need? But what else you gonna do?
I will say you got to watch out with George. George has this kit that he designed. It's some like Japanese World War II battleship, He tried to send it to me. It's a little funny.
You're so full of crap. You're gonna get it back.
If
You
I
just
don't
don't-
ever buy anything from you, I have no reason to ever get it back.
You don't know when and where it's coming back. I will find
I
out
want to
where
be
you
there
work.
for that.
Somebody, some companies, it's like a third party company, like Brick Company, sent me a Yamato, and while putting it together, like when you were building the actual hull of it, it was actually pretty neat and solid. And then like as you started building like the deck and the towers and everything, it just showed how like crappy it was. And like it came like you built a stand for it, and when it was on the stand, you could like do this, and the whole top of it would like teeter. So I just took it, and they kept messaging me and blowing me up of, why haven't you done the video yet? Why haven't you done the video? And I was so tired of hearing from them. I just like crushed it and threw it into a box and shipped it to George.
So is it the World War II Yamato or is it the anime Yamato?
No, it's the World War
It's
II
the World War
Yamato.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked good when it was complete, but in
As long as it sat still.
458,000 pieces in a box used for packing peanuts, it did
Yeah,
not look great.
I pretty much just stuck it in there, like in between everything, so nothing would rattle around. It's just we get a lot of ungrateful people on here, Matt. It's just, you know what I'm saying. You send somebody something nice, and they just don't appreciate it. YOLO said Slam was on. Oh man, I missed too much.
Oh, it's been a hot minute. He bailed on us the last time he was supposed to be on.
Renee says they are not going to be at the meeting either. They are going to the mountains.
Now, see, Renee's got good weekend plans.
Haley said that we aren't going. Cascadia said, I like the Huey that's behind Matt. Is that Brickmania's or someone else's? I can't tell.
I'm gonna go
with Brickmania's.
YOLO said 50. That's a lot. You got what, 50 kits from Brickmania?
Yeah.
All different?
Yeah, I don't think I have any. Well, the only repeats I've got are the LAV.
That's about half of what I have, maybe.
Is that right?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to know. I have a upstairs bathroom / storage room that's stacked halfway to the ceiling with.
I've got at least 60 on these shelves right here. But mine aren't quite as big as yours.
I've just got 12 sitting over here that haven't been opened yet, and probably
Oh yeah, I've got several sitting on the ground right now.
I don't
probably
have
50
any
of them over here.
I only have one Brickmania kit that's not open, and I'm not going to open it.
Well, I've designed 27 kits now for them, so I have a copy of every one of those. Plus, most of them I have a second copy because I kept one in the box and built one.
Andrew said that he met Matt at World War Brick 24.
I really need to see a picture of Andrew to remember because you talked about having the pyramid on your display that one year. But man, I get busy. I can't remember who all I met or even talked to.
But you can remember the shrimp that came with the chicken.
I can remember that story. I will till the day I die. At least it wasn't radioactive shrimp from Walmart that we know of.
I told them, I'm going to keep telling everybody, Matt, George is the only person I've ever seen that ordered food that didn't come with what it said or pictured, and then got them to bring him what was said and pictured, and then charged him more for it.
Haley said she left them a bad review. I appreciate it. I didn't even get on there and waste my time.
EMS said that is the start of her birthday month, and then we're going to the Greensboro store on the 1st.
What is it with birthday months and women? My wife has a
Haley
birthday
just said the same thing. I'm glad I'm not the only one who does the whole month for a birthday.
I mean, we have an anniversary month, but that's because we can't exactly remember when we technically started dating, but we know when Facebook became official. So
does the dating anniversary still count once you get married? Don't that like anniversary go away and it's just the marriage anniversary?
No.
Yeah. I mean, we're not technically married, so, but we might as well be. We've been together almost 10 years, so.
EMS said it's a month celebration, not just a day. And Haley said Richard will learn one day.
No, you won't.
Sainless Jones says, where can we see this Gettysburg mock?
It will be back in Chantilly next year, but I will be taking it to a couple shows in the smaller parts, vignettes throughout the South Carolina area.
Are you so I have a question for everybody in the chat and the people that are on the panel. Are any of y'all planning on going to Atlanta BrickCon?
When is it this year?
February?
You said Atlanta. I'm out. Have you driven through Atlanta?
No,
Sucks.
I don't doubt that.
I'll be driving through Atlanta next month.
I haven't driven through Atlanta in 20 years, but I'm sure it hadn't gotten any better.
No.
Oh, no. It gets worse every year.
But to answer your question, I have to go because I have a Pelican case I have to return to Dan.
Say I have I think that I am building some small vignettes and I am either going with or meeting Arm and Caden down there.
Are you?
Cajun said, if I'm not mistaken, George actually designed my favorite Brickmania kit, the OH6 Loach Light observation.
Yeah. The precursor to the killer egg.
Why didn't you send me one of those?
Because I didn't know you when I designed that back in January. Or actually, I designed that back in like June of 21. We didn't release it till January of 22.
Cascadia said the only ones he are going to are the here in Washington State.
Which Sea King helicopter are you looking for, Cascadia? The Gemini or the Apollo?
Y'all can talk English.
Gemini was a space program that led up to the Apollo program. You know, back in the early 60s.
Did you ever look at the patches, George? The names on them?
Yeah.
Because McDivitt flew on Gemini 4.
Oh, I missed that.
He was the pilot for Edward White. He's my cousin. And then he flew Apollo 9.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Huh.
I met him when I was a baby. That's about all I can tell you.
Well, that's cool.
But my brother took care of him, and right before he died, he used to go in for his checkups where my brother worked.
I can honestly say I don't think I had anybody involved in the space program, but I could also be wrong.
I thought you were a rocket scientist.
Yeah, no, I'm a nuclear physicist.
Now that's Gene.
Oh, crap. Okay. I'm a rock breaker upper.
You are a rock breaker.
Like a rock. Scott's Block says, hey, Lego peeps. Mighty Brick says, how long has Matt been doing Lego for?
I mean, I've been doing Lego on and off for a long time, but in Japan is where I really picked up when I was living with my boys, because when the typhoons would come, you'd be locked into your houses. And so me and my boys always had a kit on hand to build together. And then I think someone asked about the military Legos. That's the funny story, because we were here at Columbia, South Carolina, at a convention walking through. Brickmania had a booth set up. I think John Canepa was out here doing it. And the boys saw one of the minifigures that was dressed in the Marine uniform. I think it was the version 1 of the Desert Marpat. And they said, Dad, that looks like you. So we grabbed it, and I did some research, and then I've been hooked ever since. And that was in 2016, I think.
That's normally how the downfall starts.
Most people I've met that I got into Brick Mania, it was like 2016, 2017. It's 2017 for me, and it's gone downhill since.
I don't really know how I came about Brick Mania other than Brick Fair. I don't think I had anything before Brick Fair because I do know the first set that I actually bought. Like I had bought some instructions and stickers and stuff. The first set that I bought was the Ghost of Kyiv.
Oh man, you got in late in the game.
Yeah.
I was there and Dan was talking. It was at Brick Fair. He said he had one left, so I bought it. I went that same week that we were up there at Brick Fair, and I went on the website. I tried to buy the God, what's the name of it? I could see it's not the Corsair. What's the name of the blue Navy plane that went on the carriers that the wings folded up?
Well, there's the Corsair is one of them. Then there's the Hellcat.
Corsair.
The Helldiver.
There's the Hellcat that was out there. You got the Corsair. I don't know what other ones. I'm trying to think of the other ones.
I thought the first one you got was a Corsair.
This
There's
had a name.
Dauntless. Where's Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was still at work as of 45 minutes ago when he was sending me videos. So
The Devastator.
Debit.
What's your?
I'm not a Navy airplane guy, so I'm going to say sure.
Is that not it?
I don't know. Let me go to the Google.
Navy.
Yeah, it's called the Douglas
go to the
TPD
archives.
Devastator.
I want to say that may have been the one that Jonah Padberg did. If you got in the game that late,
It's a World War II torpedo bomber.
Yeah.
Designer is Brennan Putz.
oh, okay. I forgot Brennan did some dark blue Navy aircraft.
Well, it's yellow and blue.
Man, I guess I'm missing. I don't remember that one.
I am not the aviation guy. I don't know how some of these people know as much as they do. I feel like I am late to the game at learning everything. And the minute that I think I do get the upper hand on knowing something, I don't. I will tell you that I just spent quite a bit of money on books that are coming to the house so I can learn camouflage and symbols on World War II vehicles.
See, I need to help you figure out how to turn this into a business so you could use all that as a tax write-off.
I mean, this is a business.
Well, there you go. Everything I do is a tax write-off.
Yeah, anything. All I got to do is say it was for research on the build.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've learned a little bit in the past couple of weeks reading about. The crazy thing is that no matter, especially with this build, nobody considers the battles important. As important as they just do the Battle of France. Like, Battle of the Bulge is always going to stick out. The Battle of Arras isn't really, like, if you say Battle of the Ross, most people think you're talking about World War One. And ironically, there is a museum that is in Arras for World War One. But it's pretty much, it was a French town that the Germans came in, destroyed the French, and the British came in afterwards to try to help push them back, and did not work in their favor.
I am going to let you teach me the history on that because
That's kind of when nobody really knew who it was, but they found out who Rommel's Ghost Division was. And the reason why they called it the Ghost Division was because Rommel's division traveled so fast that they were ahead of radio. So nobody, like Hitler himself, had no idea what Rommel was doing. They had to throw flags over the back of the tanks because the Stukas were coming in and bombing, and they weren't really. I mean, you got to think the whole division was pretty much radio silent because they were so far ahead that the planes would have had no idea who to bomb if they didn't have flags on them.
And see, I thought Rommel was out after the D-Day Normandy invasion.
But this is all pre D-Day, pre all that.
Okay, well that makes more sense.
France is 1940.
Oh, you're talking early war. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I'm thinking post D-Day. Yeah, I don't know much about other than the initial Blitzkrieg and invasion of Poland, all that stuff, and the whatever Panther Division was the first Tour de France winner.
I watched this video and it was pretty funny, and I advise anybody that's even interested in history to watch it. But it was like the breakdown of World War II, and then it was like ... for dummies. And they were like, one day the Germans decided they were going to start invading other cities and other towns. And it's like, guess what? The other towns didn't have a military force. So, and it like shows like this like span out of this town where it just shows a bunch of people running. And it's like, heads up, the people didn't technically run away. Cascadia said, I think I first heard about Brickmania in 2019 when they first made the Osprey. I was going to buy it, and then I saw the price tag, ... That's a lot of where we're at.
Yeah, say I started buying their stuff, and it was usually on sale. And then it got to a point, I spent a lot of money at the time. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to see if I can start building this stuff on my own.
I still the Matilda and the Stuka that I have right now are the first attempts to try to do some stuff. And it's really a redesign of somebody else's design. It's not from the ground up.
Yeah.
I will say the Osprey is the one set that I have that's always eluded me, and I've never pulled the trigger. I have one sitting here, but I'm not allowed to build it.
I still have the Air Force one that Mary did, still sealed.
So
Somewhere
the
in
one
there.
you got is Legions, right?
Yeah. So back before he deployed, or I guess not deployed, but went to school, there was one that came out and he kept putting off getting it. And when it I guess weeks later, it was pretty much sold out because they did a very limited run of them, and he hated himself. And it ended up coming back, and when it came back, he was already out at school, and he was like, well, there's no way that I could get this and get it here. So he just sent me the money, and I bought it for him.
Was that the newest one with the two-tone, the sand blue and light? Yeah.
Yeah, he bought like I think it might be the Sea Knights.
Maybe.
That's the Marines, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. GRH said during the war, all carrier planes had folding wings. Had to stick them on the ship somehow. I wish there was more informational videos on some of the stuff that like I'm trying to research and other people I know have looked for out there. Stuff that you would think is pretty easy to find is not very easy to find. The only thing that I can find that is actually like mass, I guess, information on is the D-Day landing, which to me is like the one thing that you expect everybody to do in a Lego mock. Anytime you see World War II mock, I always think that that's going to be something about D-Day. Has anyone done any of the stuff that we were talking about, George? Has anyone done Fallujah?
I haven't seen any. So
Who was that World War Brick? I think it was Eric and Jake did one when I first came out there.
was it Fallujah or?
Yeah, it was Iraq because I was helping them with the LAVs, and
I remember it was Iraq, but I didn't know if it was an actual town or if it was just a generic.
it may have been just generic. I thought it was Fallujah.
But yeah, because I remember He got interviewed by Beyond the Brick for that build, I think.
He did.
And then the next year he did the Bin Laden compound in Pakistan, the raid on it, Operation Neptune.
Right.
That was a good mock.
I think I may have bit off more than I can chew with all the mocks, but we'll see how it pans out.
Well, looking at the layout that you have planned for Aris, however the heck you say it, that's a monster. That's not smaller than Bastogne.
It's the same size as Bastogne. It literally is.
Just spread out more.
It's in an L shape. That's the only reason. It is exactly. So if you put footage this way and then footage this way,
Yeah.
it is exactly 8 inches, 8 inches longer.
Maybe I calculated in my head wrong.
It looks huge because I think that it's huge. But if you go back and count the sections, so all my sections are built by all my sections are 2 32 by 32 base plates put together.
Yeah.
There's 50 sections in that build. There's no way there's not that many in Bastogne. I feel like Bastogne has just as many because it's the same footage lengthwise.
I'd say you're a madman, but it's still smaller than Big Ship.
Great. Now we're getting into the mine's bigger thing.
No.
Technically, Matt wins then. His is a pretty huge layout.
Well, and he also has a little map on the side that kind of tells you about the battle. And
That, I'm going to be honest with you, out of every time that I've ever displayed, that was one thing I was unprepared for. Man, everybody had nice like displays of maps and things you could read to tell like about what was going on, and I had none of that. I was like, yeah, this is Battle of the Bulge. It says so in the front of the build. I was not prepared in that sense.
Yeah, I think the best compliment I got at Brick Fair, Virginia this year was when this gal came up and she just recognized the mock because I didn't even have it titled. And she recognized where it was. And then she said she remembered looking out windows when she was a young girl. I can't remember which Norwegian country right after World War II, and that women were running the trams just like that because all the men were gone.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I always get the most. I think with this build, the most question I get asked is this Band of Brothers?
Well, I mean, that's what most people know. So,
Yellow says my crate is bigger than your mock crate.
Not a lot of people are avid historians.
Panzer said, I think you did a great job in your interview. Just wait till you see how awful mine was. GRH said World War II for dummies. Germany lost, we won. Back-to-back champs.
I think it was Brown Boy Bricks that posted it on a story that the video was actually out. I was gonna message you the other day and say, man, are they ever gonna release this video, or did you suck that bad?
So we were all joking because I was like, surely enough, they're not going to drop like military. Like they're going to break it up.
Yeah.
And like first the Panzer Brick Lab tank factory came out, and I was like, all right. And then like Cadence came out, and I was like, all right. And then like they kept like doing another and like waiting. I was like, well, maybe mine was so like awful that he's just not even going to post it. The one thing I have never understood, and this comes with anything, even if Matt comes up to me and talks to me, or George comes up to me, I'll never understand what to do like with my hands. Like that hoodie,
Like
was the
Ricky
first
Bobby.
thing ever. That hoodie, I was just like, because if you watch the one from the castle, I'm doing this weird shit where like I put my hands like this, and I like have them down here, and I'm like, I've never done that before in my life. Why did I just like all of a sudden? Here we go, we're locking down. Like I'm choking somebody out.
You're not alone there, man. I hate interviewing. And it's same thing. Even when I'm teaching class at work, I don't know what to do with my hands half the time.
Mayo said, I don't know how much space my unfinished box occupy. Well, if they're unfinished, does that even count? I think they have to be finished in order for it to know how big something is. It's the easy things that get George.
So Matt, really, how much more do you have to do on Gettysburg?
Well, so part of the expansion includes bringing Josh and David in.
Yeah.
So they're going to do Little Round Top, and I will do basically Slider Farm with the sharpshooter unit leading up to it in Devil's Den. So that's got to be all completed. And then, but the other big one I was kind of previewing, I didn't get to finish, was the one where I worked with Brick stuff and the lighting of the cannons, the Napoleons. So I'll have basically the morning of day 3 with the Napoleons all lined up with all their crews, and then the Confederate forces coming through the tree line.
Is this the first time that you've played with lights in a mock?
Yes. Well, no, because I did it in this one I did at Virginia with the trams. That was the first time.
That was the first?
That's the first time I ever lit a mock up. Yep.
How did you like building with lights?
Well, I relied heavily on Rob from Brick Stuff initially. And then it just took a while because when I brought it back, because he helped me at World War Brick, and then I brought it all back with some additional parts, and so I had to break down quite a bit to run the wires underneath and all that good stuff.
That was my next question. Was it something that you did beforehand or after?
It was all after, but once I did it brought a lot of life to the mock too.
YOLO said good lights are expensive. I've been buying for about 3 months now, preparing on lighting up the Aras mock or Aras. I'm still not sure, by the way, how you say that. Everyone seems to say it different. And one of the things I've learned is like, especially so Bastogne had lights in it. There was a couple buildings that were lit up, and then the church was technically like on fire. But the problem was it was kind of like an after idea. So all the plugs were there, but it was really annoying to like plug it all together.
Yeah.
So this mock, I'm going to do it to where it is lit up and everything will be like, it'll be thought of while I'm building it versus going, hey, I built this, house. Let's light it up now. I'm going to light it up while it's being built.
That's my problem with lighting. I always think about it afterwards, and then I have to tear something halfway down to put it in there, and then I get pissed and don't ever want to do it again.
Never goes back together, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have a bunch of light kits. Heck, I bought one of Brick Stuff's LCD screens. Had the intentions of using it for a build, and it's still sitting in a box up here somewhere because I couldn't figure out how to put video clips on it. Because I'm not that smart when it comes to technology like that.
The hardest thing that's going to be for me, and I think it might just be because I haven't done it yet, is I don't know how many people seen the pictures I posted of like the layout, but on that L shape at the bottom, most of that's going to be a wheat field, and that wheat field is going to all have a trace of like tanks in it where they're destroyed and like the burning of the wheat. I guess that's wheat, by the way. I have no idea what that is. I actually spent a lot of time the other day in the video game going in and taking pictures of as much as I could to get reference on one of the back streets. And the back street is kind of halfway. And what I wanted to do is that, in my opinion, is the hardest part of the street, technique wise. And I thought of an idea that would work. I tried it and it didn't really work. So I hit up Gavin at Battlefield Bricks, and Gavin walked me through a way that he did it in one of his builds, and I think it helped me. I'm going to do something similar to him. Technically, my stones on the road are a little bigger, but anytime that you use lights, it's definitely a good idea to do it beforehand.
Say he probably walked you through it in about 2 seconds.
Who, Gavin?
Yeah.
Well, Gavin was pretty much like, hey, do this. It wasn't even like, well, what are you trying to do? It was just like, hey, do this. Yolo says, let me go back up some. Good lights are expensive. Mayo says that's why I don't use light kits. Yolo said, OLMB? Light My Brick 2.0 are expensive, but so cool. Light My Brick, I get it. I've not used them yet. Yolo said building with lighting in mind is fun until they don't work like I thought it would. Now, that's what I had with the castle. So the castle, and I'm not even afraid to say this, I was using blinky bricks. I had like 75 LED flames that were in there. I had all this stuff, and it would work. And like I would build something else, put it together, and like make sure that section worked, and like kept going. Well, I plugged like this one section in, and all of a sudden the whole middle section cut off. So I was like, okay, I overloaded it. So I undone it, and I was like, thinking in my mind, the way electricity works is they're all going to cut back on. Well, none of them worked. And then, like, I kept messing with it, making sure, and then, like, it ended up being, like, only 2 or 3 of them ended up working out of, like, 40. And I was like, screw this. And I just ripped all the lighting out, and I was like, I won't use lights. Yolo said, for example, I had some lights that shine right through some bricks. I had to make walls thicker.
There are some bright lights.
Yeah.
Damn.
Panzer said research 100. I showed y'all last week, I think, or the week before last. I have a whole shoebox down here of lights that I've been getting. All the stuff is coming. I really want to start building it now.
So are you doing this before the Star Wars mock? You muted yourself.
Yeah, I was dumping bags out.
No.
The Star Wars mock technically is still in the process. I've got everything, like what the ground is going to be, all that stuff planned. I just don't know. Like, I had some people say they wanted to like collab with it, so I'm really just trying to see on what I need to do. I don't think that I should do anything massive like size for Star Wars. Like, I had no plans on it. My plan was to do like a 4-section 48 by 48 base plate.
Yeah.
A big square, and just call it a day. But the more and more I think of it, and like I know that like so many people are going to be like whatever on this, but I have no interest in building Star Wars like I do military. The Star Wars is a cool idea, but I'm leaning towards maybe the small vignettes being Star Wars style. Like, you know how Caden's doing a build where it's got like 5 or 6 minifigs and like maybe a vehicle on like a, maybe a 18 by 20 stud area.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of maybe doing that in Star Wars, but having it the way the detail is done by all the military guys. Because that's something you really don't see. But I'm not really sure. I have all the minifigs. That's what makes it so easy. I have a ton
Sam's on.
Do what?
Sam's on.
Sam is on. What is up?
Holy crap.
He
You got
does.
that beer down here yet, Sam?
Sam could have been on here earlier and helped us out, but no, we had to actually start Googling the names of aircraft.
Yeah, thanks, Sam.
Way to go, Sam. You're supposed to be the local aircraft correspondent Navy guy, and you weren't here. Mayo said perhaps 16 by 16 Star Wars minifigure habitats. I'm thinking of doing them a little bigger than that, just because I don't think you're going to fit too much on a 16 by 16.
I know where you can get some with some holes already drilled in it for lights.
That is true. We do know a guy.
Yeah, we know a guy.
Matt, have you ever drilled Lego?
No.
Do you have a drill nearby?
What would it take for you to drill the middle of a 16 by 16 plate?
Say that again.
What would it take for you to go get a 16 by 16 plate and drill a hole through the middle of it?
Quite a bit, actually. I'm not a fan of doing that stuff.
What?
Purist.
Man, we thought you were going to be a rebel.
That's why I let Rob. Huh? I let Rob do that stuff from brick stuff.
We were at that
Crazy
show.
that you won't, but we have uptight Caden, and Caden did it. Not even uptight, innocent Caden would be the proper way to put it.
Yeah,
We got innocent Caden, and we taught Caden into drilling.
he was peer pressured.
And it didn't take as much as you think it would.
I really thought he was going to put up more of a fight.
I thought he was just going to start ignoring it, but he went and bought, he went to the garage and got the drill. It did kind of worry me at first because he put the plate on his leg so he could press down the drill. I was like, wow, this is about to be an awesome show.
Have to get the first aid kit out.
Talk about popularity. There's where mine could have came from. You know what happened on that bearded brick stream? Caden drilled a hole in his leg.
Didn't even scream.
I know.
Got us an extra 10 viewers that night.
Yeah. Andrew says, yep, with the DeWalt drill. George, Sam said, I love that you gotten and everything for the DDG 51. See, once again, here we go with them numbers and letters and crap like that. Is he talking about the ship?
Yeah, he's talking about the ship.
That ship's crazy. Panzer says, I know a guy who built military way back when, before the 2x2 30-degree wedge plate existed in tan. He took the 2x4 version and sanded it down halfway to get one side of the 2x2 wedge plate.
That's dedication. That is dedication.
I will tell you that there's somewhere in the box that George has of fantastic bricks. There is a 1x4 that is cut in half because I wanted to see how easy it would cut.
I guess I need to go look in that box a little closer.
It was the pair of scissors that did it. I have like an X-Acto knife and scissors and the I don't know what I think they're called God's hands, but when people build Gundam, they're like the nippers.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, let's see what it takes to cut through some of this fake ass plastic.
I've got a little battery operated Dremel up here somewhere for, polishing minifigures.
Minifigures. Oh, wait. Isn't that the topic
Yeah, we're
of
supposed to be
tonight?
talking about minifigures tonight.
We are when we start showing mocks, but I'm the only one that brought them in.
I don't know. I'll have to go and look through mine.
So just out of curiosity, the theme tonight was talking about like how people use minifig parts into a build, not really necessarily using them on minifigs. Has anyone done that before in some of the like builds for Gettysburg and the houses? Are all of the houses built with like actual components? You don't have any kind of like minifigure legs or stuff hid to make a design, do you?
No, I've used hands quite a bit in trees to help with branches and stuff and bring variety to the trees because of all the forest, but not within the house.
Hands in trees and hair pieces is like bushes and clouds is normally the biggest.
Yeah. Or smoke clouds with the, yep.
I've used solid color minifigure heads quite a bit for like columns and just containers.
The Battleship Iowa I just finished, I used a ton of the hands for some of the 20 millimeter mounts for the scale. Yeah.
I think
You got
minifigure hands is probably the most used.
the Android hands are the use those a lot for railing supports.
Yeah, well, all of my doors are built with using the droid arms that you're talking about.
Well, like on the Kingfishers here that I use on the Iowa, the cool thing is I use the skates from for the seaplane.
Yeah.
Well, that's a tiny thing.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, I don't have the space like Dan does for his Missouri.
If Matt gets his ship built before yours, is that an issue?
No, because his is like 1/100th smaller than mine.
That it is.
It doesn't matter. Did he finish it beforehand?
Oh, it's done.
See? Yeah, Panzer said heads and hands are generally the most useful minifig parts outside of figs. So I would agree.
That's what I was about to say. YOLO said, or First Mayo said, don't they do 2 wide Technic plates? And that is no. I don't think they do. I think they're considered panels. Sam said hands are guns. YOLO says they have them in the art sets and hang on the walls. I don't think that's considered a plate, though. I think that's considered a brick.
I guess I don't know which part that is.
YOLO said, I use minifig hands for gun clips and monopods. I recently used minifig hands for a Halo gun tripod. YOLO said, but they're bricks, not plates. They're so strong, people now use them for terraforming their mountains. Cascadia said, I sometimes cram hands into flex tube and use hands as tail hooks for Navy planes. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty creative.
I've seen people use legs for mech fingers, but that's really, really old technique. Droid hands are pretty good for masks on ships.
Well, yeah. In fact, the Endurance uses that now, where they use the droid arms for the ladders, the rope ladders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caden used the droid hands and droid arms and flex tubes to do stretchers.
Yeah, that was pretty creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use a lot of the tan battle droid arms for roll cages and stuff like that on some modern military vehicles.
Matt, Lego History Sam says, have you ever built in 1/96 scale?
I have not. Never dabbled in that scale.
Papa said, came in late, leaving early will crest. Damn. Came in late, leaving early will catch the rest on replay. Everyone stay safe. You take it easy, Papa, and you stay safe. Sandwich said, I saw a guy use legs to make cross windows on a castle. That was cool usage. That has to be my first usage other than hands. Was using the legs is in the window pieces to show crosses and other stuff like that. I've used minifig legs for railing, but the railing looked a little funny because you had to build it up high enough to where the flex tube sat across it. I've used a lot of random legs, and I done it as a joke. There was a torso that was hid in the castle in the cave. I had a dark bluish gray torso that I literally just took one of those like pin pieces and stuck it to the top. I don't even know if you could see it, but I've used that before just because it kind of looked like a almost like a rock formation. I pulled the arms off of it. There's
one of the mocks you showed on your last show where they had the animals that were built. One of the deer antlers was built with minifigure parts.
Yeah,
nice.
I don't know what those parts are considered. That would be a question for Gene. Gene's the Bricklink guy.
What were they?
I don't even know how to describe them. They have they're about a plate thick, and they have like a hook on one end, and then they go down, and there's like a square on the other end, but the square has a pinhole in it.
Oh,
Mechs use them for fingers. I have a whole bunch of them in the other room.
I can never remember what those are called. I always struggle finding them on Bricklink.
Are they not called mech fingers?
No.
For some reason that like pops in my mind.
Now describe it again.
Let me see if I've got one.
I'm trying to see if I got one close.
I was about to say, just let me go to the other room and grab one.
Oh, that reminds me. Minifigure hands for windshield wipers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just looked at a Land Rover and saw that.
Where's
Oh, it's right here. I've got it. I know what part you're talking about. You're talking about like here on the Huey right here.
Yeah, that's it.
You got one?
Yep.
Man, that's one of the old Hueys.
Oh yeah. When I bought that minifigure, the Marine minifigure George,
That's a droid arm. It's another type of droid arm.
Oh, well, there you go. Andrew said Dave Zambito uses gray hair pieces for his rock work on his buildings.
Hair pieces are pretty handy for different textures.
Thor's hammer for rock door edging for ground.
Yeah. And say, are we considering like minifig accessories as part of
I
the
was about to say that opens a whole nother like.
Oh yeah, I mean we go down a rabbit hole. You can
Lord.
use 1x4 lightsaber wands for rebar.
Everything.
Sorry, Matt. I had to get it in there.
You did.
I mean the 1x, well, I guess that's technically part of an umbrella. The 1x6 bar with a stop, so that wouldn't be minifig. But
that's technically a minifig, except I don't. That's just considered a bar, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's just a bar. But oh my gosh, before Lego came out with the little 1x2 rod with like a stop in the middle, we always had to use the lipstick piece to kind of do the same thing. So the gold ring from the Lord of the Rings sets, that's pretty handy for stud reversal on plates and bricks.
That's pretty that's pretty useful for door handles also.
That too.
Microphones are door handles. The little like cupcake pieces are door handles.
Yeah. And
the
I don't
recent,
know how many. Nope.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, the recent Shire kit, they use the pens as melted candles.
Yeah. The used a lot of their black wrench pieces with the screwdriver end as gear shifts before.
Yeah.
And levers for winches and all that fun stuff, because you used to get those in like almost every city and town kit when I was a kid.
Do you consider the lever piece a minifig accessory?
Not really.
Caden and our buddy Lazy Bricks both use them as wheat pieces in the field. You take a tile that has the vent, and then you take the lever off and you stick the lever in them, and then you put the 1x2 wheat piece on top of, or the 1x2 half axle, half pin on top, and it looks like wheat.
Well, that's interesting because you can angle it any which way you want.
I was trying to explain, like, that's the way I'm doing the wheat, but I'm having to use the 1x4 bars because it's got the video and the pictures that I have. They're like, I mean, I have a tank that literally everything, like, I'm going to say, like, turret down is covered in this.
Yeah.
But it is a cool technique. There are many. I know that there's a bunch of people here lately that have been taking I don't technically guess they're minifig accessories, but the lattice pieces.
You talking the 1x4 panels?
Yeah, you're using those and putting different colored plates in it to show stained glass.
Yep.
Also taking I learned this trick and I used it for the castle. You take the turntable piece that's the flat plate that snaps into the actual
2x2 turntable base.
Yeah, the base, you do the same thing with it, but I guess those aren't all considered minifigure parts.
No.
What I would like to do is we always joke, and Gene don't know this. I thought about springing this on Gene in front of everybody. Gene always jokes about things that like he can bring to the show. What I want to challenge Gene to do is when we show these mocks from here on out, we can make it last a little longer. To look at some of these pieces and talk about like how, because he has a pretty good knowledge of some of these rare pieces and stuff. But like some pieces that people use in mocks, you know, if they build like a 16 by 16 vignette or a habitat and they have a $45 print in them, because we were joking, there was a habitat at Brick Fair, Virginia, and I thought I had a picture of it, but I do not. And it was a knight walking with a goat. And the knight and the goat alone were like $79 worth of parts. And I was like, that is crazy. Caden is in the house, by the way.
He's still
Richard,
alive.
the big thing we've been working on the last week or so, we just finished out the last room in the basement, and that whole room is going to be nothing but minifigures, minifigure parts, minifigure accessories. And the thing that floored us was the difference in cost in what appears to be the same minifigure, but the torso has two different line patterns on it. You get one of them, and the whole minifigure's worth $2.50, and one just like it that has 4 little bitty lines on the torso that wasn't on the other one, maybe $35.
I need to, when you get that room up, you need to let me come raid it.
It'll be a while.
I mean, I can come help you raid it now if you want me to. I don't need it sorted for me to go through it.
You know, our passion with the minifigures is putting together minifigures out of the bulk lots, and we're putting it all in inventory, but not releasing it for sale. There's a website, What the Fig, that can look at your Bricklink inventory and tell you what minifigs you can build out of the inventory in order of most valuable first.
Huh.
So we're going to do that game before we release it all.
That's pretty cool. So I'm guessing me coming over and going through everything was shot down. I get
That
it.
sounded like a big fat no.
Yeah, I get it.
Pretty much. And we put together 120 minifigs in the last few days, just putzing around with it.
Will also wants to know if he can come work in your Bricklink store. See, that's how I worded it. Can I come work in the Bricklink store?
Yeah, so Corey and I have got it all figured out how to make that happen. We're going to treat it like a clean room, where there's a robing room before you go into the store, and you have to change out of your clothes into a white clean room gown with no pockets.
So are you telling me that you want me to get in your basement and start taking my clothes off in front of you? I knew this had to be a trick.
It's a trap.
They do lure you in with Lego. I knew it. Guys, if y'all don't see me in a little while, if I'm like gone one Wednesday, just you know where I'll be stuck.
Blink twice if you need help.
Oh my!
So George, before Richard got the firehouse, Ghostbuster firehouse, every time he walked in our house, he would walk back to where mine was, and we'd have to watch him to make sure he didn't take minifigures or the little gargoyles on the top.
Oh, that's what I want, the gargoyles.
I listened to the song by Johnny Cash, One Piece at a Time, enough to know that if I took one piece from the set, they wouldn't miss it.
Until you wind up taking the entire set over time.
Yeah. Well, it was closed, so I started with the interior. Figured they're definitely not going to miss an interior if they don't see it.
Whew.
So when Tori was growing up, she lived next door to Johnny Cash's bass player and bus driver. So she knows that song too, and she knows how to make sure we're being careful.
Andrew said one of the minifigures in my mock is a custom female colonist from Rocky Mountain Minifigs. It's in the pictures I have to show from his tonight. Panzer said there are always strings attached when it comes to free Lego. Hoarder said, screw it, I'll work naked if you pay in bricks and figs at the end of the day. George, do you have...
I won't be there that day.
Do you want me to start showing these since I actually had something to go along with the theme?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to look at mine again real quick.
I was about to say, so what I want to do is I want to show some mocks, and since I guess I want you to see if you can see where the minifig parts are at, because some of them are pretty obvious. There's one where it's like every single part on the whole entire build seems to be the minifig part.
Well, now that we're including minifigure accessories, I see a couple.
I say the minifigure accessory thing is going to make it really a big thing.
Are you going first, Richard?
Yeah, I'll go first.
First
thing, I only have this week. We only had 2 leaks, and I don't really know necessarily if they're leaks. I know a couple. The one of them's been going around for a while, and that's this one. The thing that I hate about this, spoiler alert, is apparently in this it tells you that if you take the front of the controller off, it has a Sonic the Hedgehog like secret build inside of it, which is kind of what they did with the Nintendo and the Mario tubes. This right here says it's a gift with purchase. I think that's the only way they're going to be able to get rid of this. I don't know anyone that's like, man, I really miss playing my Sega Genesis. So, Super Nintendo. Do what?
You stopped playing it?
Yeah, I stopped playing it. You can blow in the cartridge only so many times before it won't work anymore. Next up is one that I'm actually excited about. Apparently, the gift with purchase with the Captain Jack Sparrow ship is the compass. I think that's actually pretty cool. What I don't understand is I've been trying to figure it out earlier, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of forgot. Yeah, Caden says, "What is a Sega Genesis?"
Oh my God, Caden, you are way too young.
Are they doing the same thing with this? Doesn't the ship come out on the 9th?
No, I think it's the 12th. I thought.
So they both come out together. They aren't doing the thing where you got to wait to buy the gift with purchase later. You know how they do sometimes where they'll drop a set on like the 9th, but the gift with purchase doesn't get released till the 12th.
No.
Go
ahead.
That's to keep people buying it after the big first day rush.
General Tron says Caden needs to quit making him feel old.
No kidding, Caden. Jeez, killing me, Smalls.
Hoarder did say it's this time day around. First up, this mock was submitted. Me and George decided to put really George did, and all I did was copy and paste it. A thing out there, getting to see if we could get some people to actually send mocks in. Stack and Bricks sent this one in. This is a lovely World War II mock. I do not know the name of the town. But it does have a cool little waterway with the arch. With this right here, it had flower petals on the ground. Pretty neat idea, showing it comes from the tree. I need to move this so I can move my mouse. I'm always a fan of when people build buildings like this. Matt has a build that's like this, where it's not a full building. It's just a couple bricks wide, but does show a little bit of an interior. I wish that my mind would let me do that, but if I started like this, at the end of the day, it would be a whole base plate.
Oh, there's that part we were trying to identify earlier on the windshield.
Yeah. Right there.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So even this right here where he uses like the bar clip and it's not really attached to anything down here, This right here has the monopods in it, holding the like windshield bottom. I thought that was pretty cool. This Jeep is built very weird compared to how I've ever. I don't know whose design this is.
That's Brickmania.
This like right here I know is this right here looks like Brickmania. This and this I don't think I've ever seen before.
Yeah, it's an older one. Combination
Hey,
of a newer
Richard,
one and an older one.
Richard, old guy moment right now. I just remembered those are Exoforce arms.
Are they?
Yep. They were part of Exoforce and Bionicle.
Captain Cascadia said Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship is a odd name for a ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cascadia. We're going to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it really is. Caden said, yeah, Richard's idea of a vignette is 4 base plates. And Will said same. It's got to be full interior as well.
4
And I
base
thought
plates.
right here-
Does he mean in each direction?
Yeah. Well, I was joking with Caden, and I was like, yeah, I want to do like a smaller vignette for Iwo Jima. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm thinking about 4x4 base plates. He's like, that's not a vignette. That's a full-blown freaking mock.
That's a mock.
But I thought this build right here was really cool. It is definitely clean. It is one of the few military builds that have no destruction in it whatsoever.
That pop of color on the trees really draws your attention to it if it was across a room.
It definitely pops.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like how he sprinkled leaves everywhere. Next up is where the minifig stuff starts, and this is Jonas Scram. So
Nice.
he built, I think it was like 19 total scenes from Jurassic Park, all in small vignettes.
I think I've showed some of his stuff.
I took the ones that I liked. So this one right here, obviously, all the minifig parts are all the accessories inside of it. One of the crazy things that you don't really see often is the fact that this table is built upside down. The bottom of the table is purely upside down. Everything is connected the way it should be, but it's just not something you see very often. Will said, don't ever let anyone talk you down to be a smaller mock. When your mind is set on a 200 by 200 gray base plate mock, build it. That's right, Will. We got to crush the haters, man. Next up is this scene. Now, the one thing that I thought was some crazy parts usage in this, really it didn't have anything to do with minifig parts. I caught it after the fact, but that's this right here. That's the hinge pieces that you actually move with, and it's just attached backwards. I would have never thought about that. But up here, some neck pieces. Next up is when he finds all the eggs broken. This right here was a really cool idea for mushrooms for me. I like how he attached them to the tree. The claw pieces are always a good touch for I know that is it the Snow White that uses them on the roof? I know there's a medieval build or something that uses them on the roof too.
I don't remember a medieval building doing it. Snow White does.
This right here, he's got minifigure hands attached to droid arms. But what I think is cooler than that is the crowbars on the side of the windows.
Oh, that is cool.
I like how he did that footprint in the mud.
Yeah.
With the water in the bottom of it. That's pretty neat.
I like the Jeep that he built. There's I think I brought 3 of them. Yeah, here's the other one. Here's those pieces again.
That's a Ford Exploder.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
It's a Ford.
Don't talk crap out for Gene's on the stream. He gets all butt hurt.
It's all out of love, Gene.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay.
He'll
The
throw
one-
a cheap thing out there.
The one thing I thought was crazy about this is that right there.
The musket.
Yeah, he's got a musket as a tree branch.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
I have never seen it.
How's it connected?
It's literally sitting in a clip. And then he's got another clip attached to it that comes off.
He's also using a shooter as part of the trunk there.
Well, I've seen that quite. So we learned that from Battlefield. We were trying to figure out how Battlefield had these damn trees. But
I see what he's done. He's got a bar. He's got a bar end on that horn, and then he's got that snapped onto the gun.
Yeah. He's also
Okay.
using hats upside down as leaf pieces with some flowers in it. And then he's got the toboggans down here to show some
Yep.
stones. It is pretty cool, man. This is the best scene in any of the Jurassic Parks, if you ask me. But in this one, he used that same stud shooter as like the broken log.
Oh, that's pretty
He's got
cool.
all the minifigure hands as like the vines coming off.
I didn't know the whip came in green.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did win the
It was in some of the botanicals.
botanical.
Ah, that's why.
A lot of bright green hands on the strings.
And he's also got a lot of minifigure hands hid without the tree to show little
Yeah.
branches, twigs. I like this build though. That would be something if I built it, I probably would never take it apart.
No, that's pretty nice.
I actually
That's
thought about when I came across these. I have the Jeep, and I have this set, and I thought about just building this scene from the set. I still have a box full of dinosaurs I haven't went through yet, but that's coming. Everybody loves this scene. It's like the first technical. I think it's the second kill in Jurassic Park, but it's the first one you really like watch. The thing that was kind of cool about this to me was the door used as the toilet paper.
Yeah.
I have no idea how it's attached right here because it has that little like knob sticking off. But this is
Yeah, but the knob's sticking out at the bottom.
then what's also I guess it's attached back here. You're right.
Yeah, the stud on the top end of the door.
Yeah. I've never seen anybody use the tile pieces sideways while they used all the clips like snapped together. And then down here just has a bunch of bars that are held together to show like the little straw shack. Caden said it's a neck bracket. Oh, that is right.
Yeah.
It's a neck bracket that goes this way and back down. Yep.
Ah, that makes more sense.
This was another really cool one in my opinion. This was the thing we were talking about earlier with the one minifigure hand. And I was like, they use them as mech fingers and they have all these different things. But what I think is the coolest out of this, because I've never seen it, is using the tail pieces in blue as a railing.
Yeah. That's an expensive rail.
Yeah.
I want to know what he used for the security cameras up there.
Those?
Yeah.
Gene, does that look familiar?
No.
If it was green, that would be a Pokemon called Weeping Bell or Bellsprout. Whichever one you'd want. I don't know what that is. I know it's the syringes in here to give it that look. The syringes have the little like.
Zoom in on the one on the top left. It's not giving us enough difference to be able to tell.
That piece that are the eggs is the it's a 1x4 Technic knob.
Yeah, it's the knobs they use, and it's got the syringes stuck upside down. in
Yeah,
them.
that's pretty neat.
Next up is this. I thought this was really cool. This is a big use of minifigure parts just because of how many are in it. But the like seismograph thing, what is it called when they send the sonar down to see where if there's anything?
Ground penetrating radar.
Yeah, that thing is created by nothing but like
Yeah,
minifigures.
seismograph. That's what he said, right?
We use electroresistivity, but same thing.
I use a shovel. That normally finds out what's underneath it.
Spicy tree roots. That's what you find with shovels.
I do not know what this weird dome piece is with like a hump on it.
It's got a nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that piece either.
And that's the last one I brought of his with the Jurassic. Now, this was what caught my attention to go to his page. If you can find all the ones in this, I will give you an applause because there is literally everything from handcuffs used to detail. There is the whip used to show like some design holding up the flag. The flag is used by crowbars holding it up. I mean, there is a ton. They use the little minifigure
Scorpion at the handle of the whip.
Do what?
Is that a scorpion at the handle of the whip?
Right here?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too blurry.
He's got one of the neck brackets for holding swords on the back of minifigs. They're in reddish brown. They're right above your hand. Keep going up. Up.
Right there.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's got the axes up here. He's using a lot of those clear pieces to show icicles. The lightsaber wands to show
Well, he's
some
got
design.
those sword scabbards everywhere.
Yeah.
In dark brown.
Scabbard, that's what I was trying to think of.
The old school minifigure handle. I mean, hammer is like a bar coming out. Definitely some cool parts usage in this.
Oh, he's got the pirate claw in the fish's mouth to hang him from that bar.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
I like this guy right here. I'm not going to lie. As soon as I saw that, I was like, that's got to be the coolest minifig in this build. I don't know what that hat is. That hat is phenomenal.
Zoom in on it.
But this I thought was a really cool build. I definitely enjoy it. But one of the things that he did as an actual, not as a like hidden build tech or minifigure part in it, but a technique that I've never seen used is everybody knows when we all build buildings, we like oscillate or do every other side of showing like stones on the edge. With him doing it with these, the like hang down pieces, I thought that was really cool. That is something you don't see often. Next up, I brought this. Now, this is the one I was telling you about. This whole damn thing is built with minifig parts. It is called Nade's Box.
I almost brought this.
I mean, there's a raptor head here. There's a raptor head here. There's all the minifig hands and like skeleton arms and in the hair. There's
the eyes are made of hair.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a minifig arm here. There's all the beard or different hair pieces. The mustaches or the skeleton arms with the boomerang. The nose piece right here are the Hulk hands.
He's got hair pieces for nipples.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a crab as like a belt buckle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like how
the belt elephant tusks.
car hoods for the pecs and the stomach and the shoulders.
So
there's a lot going on there.
It's pretty crazy. I would have never thought this, and this is like the most used part tonight. I don't know. We talked about it and haven't explained it to Gene, and now it's been in every single mod.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that one part.
Maybe that's why I didn't beat Caden. I didn't beat Caden because I didn't use those minifigure fingers or whatever they're called.
The
Porter said it's not the acorn hat. And
Porter.
now she's in trouble because she said badass. Trevor's going to put her in timeout. Porter said this dude skipped leg day.
Definitely skipped leg day. I don't. What is he holding? Like a giant banana or?
I thought it was a banana, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Like a parasail? I don't know.
I also can't really tell if he's running or if he's like sitting weird on the rock.
He's scratching his butt on that rock.
Yeah, there's something here that's probably really smart that we don't know about, but from us guessing, Yellow said maybe he's holding the moon.
Ah, that would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I like the banana idea, though. This is Chiquita Banana 2026.
There you go.
Haley said it's badass and then wondered if she could say that.
Next up, we have the submission from Mr. Andrew at Ruddle Creations. This is right up Matt's alley. So he does a lot of like colonial stuff. He did the signing of the Declaration of Independence, Betty Ross's house,
The old North Tower, North Church.
Yeah, North Church, and now this. The only thing I will say that bugged me about this build, and if he's watching, he's probably going to get mad at me, but I am not a fan of cutting the stickers out and using them as window panes.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah, but after learning the technique I learned with flags, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that anymore. It's a lot easier than doing them with flags because you're literally having to use some stickers versus 97 parts to do a window. But Yellow said it's the banana delivery man, and Andrew said that's 1mm tape. I don't know. There was building the windows is extremely hard to get like this. The church that I'm building for Ross, the windows in the back of it are like this. They're just really smaller squares, and it's impossible to build. I'm probably just going to print them, but I do understand not everybody just has like a printer. Not everybody's as cool as Matt.
So did I just hear you broke down and bought yourself a Lego printer?
So I'm not gonna lie. If you would have talked to me at Brick Fair, I was all in selling my STI and buying a Lego printer and starting a business until everyone that owned a Lego printer talked me out of it. Now I have a plan to possibly tomorrow go trade my car for a new one. So we'll see.
Don't do it.
I don't know.
Don't do it.
But I thought this is a really cool build.
No, it looks really good.
We were talking last week, Matt, about how everyone uses the minifigure stands for house pieces for the roofs.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to figure out what that is, but it's the wires for the light. I was like, what in the world is that? Next up, we have the wonderful vignette from Brick History himself, Mr. Caden. It's gotten to where Caden is kind of like Battlefield. Once they send something in, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, it's just that right there is what I was talking about earlier, George.
Yeah, no, that's a good technique.
Whatever Caden does is pretty much perfection at this point. It's a very cool, very detailed build. That's what I don't even understand is even like when you're building Lego mocks, you literally, if you look at this right here, all these guys are at work, and then you have lazy ass people just laying down doing nothing. It never changes. I know this has to be World War One, correct?
Yeah.
Let's say they all have bayonets. That's World War One.
Well, there was bayonets in World War II.
Yeah,
too,
but not.
also.
Hopefully, you really didn't use them on the Eastern Front. In the Pacific, I could see that, but nobody was running at Panzer tanks with bayonets.
Go back to where the guy's helmet's getting blown off. Caden, you got one of them, the trans-clear action pieces
Up
doing
here?
that? Bella Wood,
Yeah.
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. I thought you were going to call him out, but I wasn't going to call him out.
No, I wasn't calling him out. I was just asking if that's how he did that. Looks like that's how he did that.
I need to be like Caden and be like, Caden, I got a question for you, buddy. What is this?
Oh,
What is that right there, Caden?
there's yellow to the right too.
I know. What is that, Caden? What are you doing? That is not
Good Lord.
award winning.
All right, he just went from 9 hot dogs down to 2.
I know. Jesus Christ. Let me find out one of these doesn't have Lego printed on the top of it.
We introduced him to drilling Lego. Now we need to introduce him to painting Lego.
You got 5,000 1x1s up here, and you couldn't use one of them right there? He said
Yellow
I'm
said
colorblind.
swamp gas.
He said I'm colorblind. Leave me alone.
Man, I know a lot of people in this community that are colorblind. That's crazy.
I don't see how they could do it.
I don't either.
I will say though, we were talking about people with like glasses and stuff like that. I showed George the thumbnail, Matt, and George is like, "That's weird." I was like, "What?" He's like, "I don't think I've ever seen Matt without glasses." I was like, "I don't ever think I've seen Matt with glasses." And I was like, the 2 pictures he sent me, he's not wearing glasses. And then George is like, "No, he wears glasses," and then proceeds to send me pictures with you with no glasses on. And I'm like,
I have no idea why I thought you wore glasses.
I do wear glasses.
Well, see, maybe that's okay. See, he's got glasses. I'm not crazy.
But that is what I
Man.
brought.
You're really making me feel bad now. I'm like, I know he wears glasses.
Well, he told me, he was like, "That's weird." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Seeing Matt without glasses," and I'm like, "I don't think I've ever seen Matt with glasses." He's like, "Nah, Matt wears glasses." And then he sends me 2 pictures of you and him, and you don't have glasses on. And I'm like, "George, I don't know what are you proving my point, or are you?"
I don't know. Freaking tired. That's
I
what
have
it is.
seen George on that stuff before. Let me tell you what, when he's on that stuff, he pays $17 for 4 shrimp.
Yeah. Let's not bring up the shrimp.
That was my favorite thing. George picks the shrimp up and smells it and goes, "That don't smell right, but I'm paying for it, so I'm going to eat it."
Yeah, something ain't right here, boys. All right, so this was graciously sent in by Cascadia. Had to go to the old Dropbox to get the uncompressed versions of it because Instagram sucks. But looky right there. Pair of binoculars for headlights.
Man, you did look into this. Me and Cascadia have been talking about the new Fallout show coming out and wondering what people are going to do with builds to show it off.
I'm ready for the second season to come out. But that's all I know about Fallout is the TV show. So don't judge me.
I could be easily persuaded to do a Fallout mock instead of Star Wars.
I still want to see you do the Red Rocket.
I built it. I just didn't.
You built it. You just didn't build it.
Yeah, I built it digitally.
I'm assuming these cactus pieces are either custom prints or stickers.
I think that's Super Mario.
Aha.
I think.
Yeah.
But there's another picture of how that cactus is made, and it's pretty. Botanical Chef Kiss is what it's from.
Tron says, "I'm glad I'm not on camera." Me screaming at the screen. Cascadia said, "I don't think I have a whole lot of minifig stuff in my mock."
Oh, well, you got the binoculars here, and then the door handles and minifig skate. So
The cactus is from the Botanicals Chef's Kiss. That's the succulent.
From tiny plants.
succulent. That's funny. Yeah, you got a minifig skate here. So
Yep.
but that's a good looking little car for no
That's
bigger
a
than it is.
1960s model Cadillac Eldorado.
I was gonna say it's a '59, but
Anything with fins like that screams Cadillac.
yeah. How do you know it's not a Lincoln Continental?
Lincoln Continentals didn't look that good.
Uh,
Was Lincoln Continentals around in the 60s? I don't believe they were.
pretty
I think
positive.
they were.
What's the year of the suicide doors?
I want to say 58, or
Well,
maybe up to 64. I know.
apparently, I was completely wrong because they started building them in 1939.
See, but they didn't look like that.
No, the first generation just looks like a Ford coupe.
Cascadia said, according to Fallout lore, that car is called a Highwayman. That sounds like a Cadillac.
And a Lincoln never got fins.
Oh, well, there you go. I did not know the little lollipop, whatever, 1x1 round with a bar. Didn't know that came in San Green till he sent me this mock. So it's kind of handy to know.
The lollipop piece.
Could be a mini frying pan, whatever you want to call it. I like this bug here. Like I said, I don't know.
You talking about plate round modified 1x1 with bar?
That's it. I'm waiting for you to ramble off the part number.
17082.
So there you go.
Richard beat me to it.
But I mean, it's a nice little vignette. I like how he's got the asphalt road kind of crumbling off the edge of it instead of just stopping right there at the edge.
Yeah, because
It's a 32828.
do what?
It's a 32828.
According to Lando, everything needs to be built and not a square.
But I'm not sure what kind of bug this is, but it's very colorful.
It looks like it's a flying one.
Cazador.
Looks like one I don't want to come across.
I definitely wouldn't want to come across it. And if I did, I think I'd want more than a lever action rifle.
I want a big ass can of Raid.
In the game, there is no such thing as raid.
Well, there's a problem with the game then.
There's guns and rifles and rocket launchers.
That's
That would serve the same purpose as Raid.
pretty good little mock. This one was sent in by Swamp Bricks, and it's Brick Mania design, but recolored, a few modifications made into the Navy search and rescue down there where he lives in Florida. But he had some
Florida.
custom parts printed, and there's a minifig hand there for a pedo tube. So,
Yeah.
and then the old fire nozzle. I honestly don't know why we haven't done this scheme.
Antennas for windshield wipers.
Yeah. I just found this on Instagram. One of the guys I follow, he went to Brick Slopes this weekend, and the brick separators on rail cars really cracked me up. Thought that was pretty cool. So, and then there's Thomas pulling one of them.
Like where?
That was at Brick Fair, I believe.
Are you sure that was Brick Fair?
That I'm not saying that the picture was. I'm saying that the build was at Brick Fair. I think.
The brick separators? I must have missed that.
I don't remember seeing it either.
I could be wrong.
I don't know. That's pretty cool. Made me giggle.
I've been wrong once before.
This is Brick Squadron. His real name's Nathan. He did a little mini XR1 Bell plane for Brickmania as a freelance designer. But this was some 1930s airplane racer. I can't remember the name of it, but I don't see
Andrew
too
said
many.
he don't remember the brick separators at Brick Fair, Virginia.
Yeah, I think you're
I may be wrong.
daydreaming. I don't know. A lot of good shape to this. I don't know. I think that's just custom vinyl cut out for the wings.
Scroll down. Scroll back in. What is? Does he got string?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's got a lot of string compressed in between the plates. Pretty thin.
And that's
string.
thread. That's not Lego string.
Yeah, it's definitely some type of sewing thread. It looks pretty good. I'd buy it if it was
It
a
does.
Lego set.
The World War One planes are always named something a little strange. Andrew said those brick separators remind me of Roger from Lego Venture Veteran Dad. He had a bunch of those 3D printed at Brick Slopes, Denver. Cascadia said he thinks that plane's a GB.
Yeah, you might be right. I'd have to go back and look at the original post.
And then YOLO said, "Oh, the rigging on the plane with a bunch of exclamation marks."
Yeah, there's quite a bit on there. I went too far. There you go. This was another one that was at Brick Slopes this weekend. I'm waiting for Star Trek Lego set. I doubt it's going to be this big and this cool. So, but I can hope.
Well, I can tell you right now, it won't be cool because it's going to be Star Trek.
That's true. This was one I forgot to show last week when we were at South Dakota show. Just a pretty nice T-Rex dinosaur. I don't remember what we were talking something about brick-built animals last week. But that's all I got.
That just looks like a recolor of the one from Lego.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I thought it looked cool.
The one that came with the entrance
Oh, yeah, that's right.
is a pretty cool build.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Who knows? I know that we're getting a Godzilla.
Yeah.
Man, I hope it's dark green.
So does every Lego military builder.
Yeah. Buy every single Godzilla there is.
There's so many people that have been waiting to build things in like a military green color. Lego ain't having it.
You got anything tonight, Gene?
No, not really. We were just going to talk about minifigure parts and
What's your favorite minifigure part?
the one that makes the most money.
Gee, it's not all about profit.
No, but it has a lot to do with it.
Well, I mean, since we don't build mock, then the profit motive is strong.
Yeah, but me and Matt build mocks, and we don't really use minifigure parts at all that aren't custom printed.
That's true.
Is there any minifig in your entire build for Gettysburg that's not custom printed?
No.
I would say the Bulge doesn't have any. The 4 civilians are all in K-Town.
Yeah, no, a lot of the figures were worked with Brickmania.
Yeah, thanks to Matt. That's why we had so many Civil War releases, because he was ordering stuff, and they're like, "Oh, well, we'll sell it to the public too."
Yeah, I was constantly texting Dan. And I was like, "When's the production of the Battle of the Bulge figs?" And he's like, "Oh, they're coming. We just got a couple other stuff to get out. Do you want some Civil War guys?"
Yeah, that was why you didn't get Battle of the Bulge for a while. You never did get your flags, did you?
Me?
Yeah, the correct flags, I should say.
Nope. No, that's another one I still got to work on with Slam.
I'll say my flags are being printed as we speak.
Oh, really?
Not by Brickmania.
Not by Brickmania. I have put in a custom order of some flags in some certain sizes, so I could drape them over the back of tanks and show the way it was done in the pictures that I have. Which, by the way, it's still crazy to know. A lot of people don't know this, but Matt is actually a veteran. That how much war is documented now, and even in like Cold War and like Vietnam era, compared to like in World War II, every crew had a cameraman, but like, there's 5 pictures of each place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now they've got a camera on every soldier. And those that don't have cameras mounted on them have all got their cell phones with them.
And damn drone overwatch and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Gene, I was picking on George about doing this whole Patreon thing, and I told him that we should have an episode on conspiracy theories.
Doing the what?
Patreon thing. I've thought about starting.
Yeah.
I've started about thinking. Started thinking about making a Patreon so we could put other stuff on there. Sandwich Jones says keep the Civil War stuff coming.
Well, I've got the next year's list is already out there.
Tron says I'm the same way. Hoarder didn't buy it to set it anywhere and not use it. It's not emergency rations. If you ever need an emergency ration and you ever storm, I got some chicken stew right here.
You haven't opened that one?
No, this is the one I didn't eat that night.
Ah.
Matt, George sent me 2 MREs and made me eat one on stream.
I didn't make you eat it on stream, but
3,000 calories of pure joy.
yeah, you're lucky I didn't send you the omelet.
The what?
The veggie omelet.
Oh. I only ate like a bite of everything, and it wasn't. I don't know.
Well, how old was the MRE?
You know what?
They're only 3 years old past shelf life, but they're stored correctly. They're good.
You need to get the winter ones.
Yeah.
That's 6,000 calories a bag.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you burn a heck of a lot more calories when you're out there.
When you're freezing cold.
This one that he gave me had like some questionable hamburger steak type looking thing in it.
Did I send you the jalapeno cheese patty?
Yeah.
Or was it the barbecue rib?
The only way we figured out how old it was by the M&M pack that was in there.
It was only turn of the century.
If you go back to the stream and I'm like, open it and I'm like, oh, look, there's M&Ms. And George's like, damn it, you got one of the good ones.
They quit putting candy in them for the longest time, and now they're putting candy back in them. I only used to like getting them for the little bottles of Tabasco hot sauce. Now it's just a freaking pouch of some no-name off-the-wall brand.
Well, when you trade them with the French, it comes with wine, or the British.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that was, I think I've told this story before, maybe not on live, but he was deployed over there, and his like second deployment in Afghanistan, he told me that like something had happened, and to like get morale up, they brought in pizza from like Pizza Hut or Domino's, and he was like, "Yeah, we were all laughing because this was like a $13,000 delivery of pizza." It's like he said they brought him in with schnooks. So you're already using like a $200 million aircraft to bring over a $5 pizza.
At Kandahar on the base, they actually had the boardwalk, and they had Chili's was out there. Or no, I think it was either Chili's or TGI Fries. I can't remember which one it was. The Canadians brought in Tim Hortons. So there was another. I think there's a Domino's out there as well.
You never got to see the tactical Burger King truck?
No.
It's like a job trailer for Burger King that they load in a C-17 and deliver anywhere in the world. Sounds very questionable.
No, the Australians actually had a deployable bar. So they would have a Barbie once a week.
That's the way to do it.
Porter said, "I had some spaghetti. It wasn't too bad. Can use the heating thing along with a bottle and warm water and make it go boom. Some stuff can make you go boom, not in the terminal bad way, but it might make you wish it had." Well, guys, it is getting to about that time. Do y'all have anything going on this week?
Yeah, it's a holiday weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going to do something fun outside of the store. Don't know what yet.
What do y'all? What do you got going on, Matt? Anything cool?
No, I think we haven't figured out what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go out and do something. I can tell you that much. Get out of the house. I'm still recovering from that fine back injury I had out there at World War Brick.
What happened?
I couldn't walk. It took me 2 hours to get out of bed.
Really?
Yeah. I was
You
in
just
so much.
slept wrong?
Huh?
You just slept wrong?
No, so I don't know what caused it, but it triggered a couple herniated discs in my back. And by the time I got home, I couldn't walk, or even at the World of Brick, I was taking only like 10 steps.
Yeah, you were pretty rough.
Yeah.
I think it was after buying that
Locomotive.
yeah.
That could have been saved if you would have just had a good auctioneer, but he,
Yeah. Hard to find good help.
yeah, especially free help. I don't know. I'll be down here to sort a little. Do what?
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, that is true.
Beggars can't be choosers.
I'll be down here sorting a little bit. I've gotten dark bluish gray done except for wedge plates, so I'll be grinding that out, which won't take too long, and then I'll be on to dark tan and tan. And I will
Tell Haley to text Tori and see what all's going on this weekend, and maybe we'll come help sort.
like I said, Saturday we plan on going to Raleigh.
Well, there's 4 days this weekend.
There's 3 days this weekend. Technically, I have Monday off. Nobody knows why I took it off.
George, how many days are there this weekend?
It's going to be 4.5 for me. Might be 5. I don't know. I got to take donuts to the shop in the morning for a safety meeting, and after that, anybody's guess.
Well, these people that got real jobs, I'll be there for my 2-day weekend.
I have a real job.
My job doesn't let me have off holidays, except for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
That's just wrong. We get like 10 paid holidays.
Tron says he's having walking problems. Air in my body from the surgery last week. Hurts in the shoulders. Doctors never ever mentioned the possibility of that. My first time finding out. Doctors don't really tell you everything.
That sounds extremely painful.
Yeah.
Who do we got as a guest next week? Next week is PNG Bricks, right? That'll be September 3rd. So next week is PNG Bricks. Pretty positive.
Yeah.
That'll be a first timer on the show. But Matt, thanks for coming on, man. I know that we've known each other for a little while. Don't talk crazy a lot, but I just did find out 2 weeks ago after knowing you for over a year and a half that you have an Instagram. So that was pretty cool.
I know. Matt keeps telling me, it's like, yeah, I'm following along with your builds. I'm like, what's your username?
Well, I was emailing him back and forth like I'm 80 years old. And then I found out he got an Instagram.
I'm like, man, maybe I'm spelling his name wrong. I can't find him anywhere.
But it has been fun. I'm glad you came on. You're always welcome back.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks
Always good
everybody
talking with you, Matt.
You as
Thanks
well,
everybody
George.
for watching tonight. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I will be coming out with a teaser video this week. I already have it designed, actually. Just trying to pick a song. Once the song is picked, it'll be released. I got some pictures that I'm not allowed to show until some other stuff gets released. That's hearsay. We'll find out what happens with all that. But everybody take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Clicks and clacks, building blocks, let's begin. Stacks on stacks, with beards we always win. In a world of plastic, our minds spin. Brick by brick, where do we dive in? Brickin with the beard, we never stop. Talking pieces, colors going over the top. Custom sets, landscapes, got a shop. Tunes drop, make the hobby